absolutely convinced that society is trying to bring us down. And it's not just now. The history of our country is built off the backs of foot soldiers and minions. Let me explain. When in your schooling, when in my schooling, when in our upbringing did schools teach us how to invest, how to build a business, how to build long-term wealth? Whenever did our school system teach us that saving money is probably not the best idea to do with your money? Look, this country needs workers. Society has taught us since we were little kids. They've been ingrained into our brain. They've tried to brainwash us nonstop. You go to school, you get good grades, you go to college, you get a good, safe job. They lock you into the job with good benefits. They lock you into the job with a steady paycheck. They also take a good portion of that paycheck to go towards your taxes. But that job that you have is doing nothing more than bringing you a steady paycheck, yes, but it's making somebody else more money, one way or the other. If you work for a private company, you're making the boss more money. If you work for the school teachers, you're making the country more money because you're raising more kids with the idea that they will continue to go to college and spend thousands and tens of thousands and even more than that, hundreds of thousands of dollars in a college education to get them somewhere. That more than likely, I think it's more often than not, in my opinion, now that's just my opinion, but more often than not, where people go to college and get a degree and they end up not using that degree for what they intended in the first place, what they intended for it in the first place. Look, I'm not properly college educated. I went to a technical college. I went to the police department. I worked on the police department for 3 years before I decided, you know what, this is not for me. But I had a very good job. Being a police officer would have been a great job, right? Long-term career. You work your 25 and out. You retire with a pension. You have awesome benefits on the police department. Hard to get out because you have a good job. You've done and you've accomplished what we've been taught as little kids and growing up through school to do. You're lucky if you have one class that may teach you a little bit on investing or what the stock market is. I think I had that in 11th grade economics, and it was a semester. It wasn't even a full year. And they did nothing to teach me the stock market. Okay? So, why is that though? You know, I said it earlier in one of my other, actually I said it in the collaboration with Rolling Ops, Clayton, that I feel, and I know a lot of people feel, and I think it's a damn near a fact nowadays, is that, you know, at the end, when we were younger, when I was 18, I got into the police department when I was 18. When I was 21, I quit and started my security company, or I continued on my security company. I was doing my security company while I was on the police department. But I knew back then that working for the man was not for me. And what I said in the collaboration was being a business owner was almost like a dirty word back then. Being a business owner back in the late 90s, an entrepreneur was just for people who failed in school, who you didn't make it. You didn't make it to college. You couldn't go to college. You couldn't either afford it, or you didn't have good enough grades, or whatever it was. Look, my daughter goes to college, okay? My daughter goes to a 4-year college, but she also got a 75% scholarship. And that's only because that's the most that school allows. She got, you know, a scholarship for her grades, and she got a scholarship for sports, for soccer. She got offered 100% other places, but she wanted to stay close to home. Had she not wanted to go to school, I would never have forced her to go to school. I'll never force either of the other two of my children to go to school, college, if they don't want to. And if they want to pursue their dreams, go for it. Nowadays, college, again, unless you're going to be a doctor, a lawyer, something like that requires it, for the most part, this is why blue-collar workers now, blue-collar businesses are making so much, because they're in demand. This is why YouTube channels like mine, YouTube channels like other guys, where we're showing you guys kind of how to start the business, how to do an LLC, how to get your insurance, what type of insurance you should get. All that kind of stuff is so popular because you can't find it anywhere else, because they don't teach us that. They don't want us to be entrepreneurs. They don't want us to be business owners. They don't want us to make our own income or have side gigs, okay? And this is just all, my whole point of this video is just to say that, it was really important what we said in the collaboration, is that you build a side business for it to become a business, and then you use that business to build long-term wealth in one way or the other. And really the main way right now to build long-term wealth is real estate. Now, there's a recession coming. There's a recession here. And I'm going to tell you what, truth be told, I couldn't be more excited that there's a recession right now at this very moment in my time in my life. Okay, at my age, or whatever you want to say. In my life currently right now, I couldn't be happier, because I am sort of financially set to where I can literally take advantage of this recession. Millionaires are made in recessions. Okay, and if you didn't know that, look it up. In 2008, 2009, in that recession, there's so many millionaires that were made because they took advantage of real estate, because they took advantage of the stock market, because they took advantage of opportunities that arose due to other people. Sorry for all the bumps. Due to other people being so fearful of the so-called recession. There's nothing to be afraid of in this recession if you plan for it properly, and if you have a steady stream of income somewhat coming in. However, if you have one sole stream of income because you have one job, because that's what you were taught since you were wee big and you went to school to have one job, your job is in jeopardy. Your financial future is in jeopardy because what? Because you put all your eggs into one basket. Having multiple streams of revenue is honestly the only way to become financially, I wouldn't say the only way, is definitely one of the best ways to become financially free, one way or another. Someone told me the other day, Josh, you don't consider yourself a millionaire. I don't have $1 million worth of liquid assets, and that is not what a millionaire is, honestly. But I have a lot in equity and a lot in investments and a lot in other assets, but they're all depreciating assets for the most part, other than the real estate. But I feel like I'm not there at all yet. I want to take that money and I need to continue to invest so that I can live off of only my investments, passive income, right? Everybody talks about having the dumpster business is not passive income. It's not. You're working for it. If I stopped today delivering dumpsters, I would not have an income in the dumpster business. If I hired an employee, then I would, but that's different. So understand that we are going against the grain, and a lot of people are starting to finally realize this, and the social media has really caused people to kind of open their eyes, and that's why I think right now there's such a lack of employees, a lack of low-paying employees. There's just a lack of it because everybody understands finally that it's easier to make money on the side doing side gigs or side businesses than it is going to work at, as a waitress or as a waiter at a restaurant or at Burger King or whatever. Those jobs are very important. Do not get me wrong. In my opinion, both my daughters have both worked in fast food. They've both worked for minimum wage, and that's good for them at that age. But you have to use that experience and move on to something else, and move on to something else, and always move on to something better and better and better, until you can use that experience, create your own business, find out what you truly love, and go all in on that, and then find multiple streams of revenue, multiple streams of income to add into that. Okay. And it doesn't have to be different types of businesses. It can all be in one. And I've talked about it over and over and over again. But let's say you're doing the dumpster business. You could deliver rock. You could deliver mulch. You could deliver equipment. Okay. You could do all that kinds of stuff. You could do junk removal. You could do demolition. You could do you could do RV transport. You can do all kinds of different things with your truck, with your trailer, with your roll-off truck, whatever. Maybe you could do storage containers like Rolling Ops does. Okay. Even if you have a hook lift like mine, look at the video that I posted. Or you can just put hook rails on a storage container and use that and rent them out. Boom. Pay $1,000 for the upfitting of the storage container, and then you can rent it out. You have an asset that is making you money. Okay? But my point is multiple streams of revenue, multiple streams of income. Find a way to have multiple streams of revenue coming in regularly. I'm not the best well-spoken person, so you can make fun of me all you want in the comments. I stumble over my words, and I take different sayings and I flip them all backwards and stuff like that, but you get the gist of it, I hope. I hope you understand and you get value in this video. This is really important for me to get out there, because I've been thinking about this nonstop lately. This recession, do not be scared of this recession. Do not allow this recession to hold you back. Use it smartly to come out on top on the other side, because those that do will look back and say this was a turning point in their lives where they finally were able to breathe a little bit. It's not paycheck to paycheck. It's not, living on, a very, very tight budget every single month. It's, hopefully well off. So look back at this video, and I hope you give me a thumbs up. I hope you give me a like, subscribe, smash the notification bell, and share this video, guys. I mean, if you don't mind sharing this for me, this is also one of my forms of revenue. This is my passive income, although I put more time into this than I do almost anything else. But, it's all about building it to the next level. I want to get up to that 20,000 subscriber mark, the 25, the 30, the 50. And then I want that 100,000, subscriber play button. I really want to, but I want to give you guys value. So if I'm not giving you guys value, let me know. And if there's something that I can talk about in one of my upcoming videos that will give you value, also let me know. What do you want me to talk about? I'm not an expert. I am not anywhere near an expert, and I'll be the first one to tell you that. At anything, there's always 1,000 ways to skin a cat. I just tell you my way, and my way may not be the right way. My way may not be the best way for you, but at the end of the day, my way is how I've gotten here, and I'm not where I want to be yet. So take it for what it's worth, and see you guys on the next. I got some good videos coming up for you guys, but I wanted to post this one out there. I've got some really good videos for you guys coming up. I've got one of the worst, hardest dumpster deliveries I've ever done, and then I have, what's the other one? Oh, I've got the cows. Stay tuned.